Okay. If you remember in last classes, okay, what we have done is we have done the uncontrolled converter. Now, if you remember this in uncontrolled converter, okay, we have started with half wave, full wave. I think some of you, can you please put off your microphone? I think there is some disturbances from some of you. Okay, thank you. So in last class we have started, we have done with the uncontrolled converter. In uncontrolled converter we have seen half wave, full wave, right? Means center tape type or bridge type or three-phase converter. So all these things we have already done in uncontrolled converter. Now we'll start with a controlled converter. In controlled converter, in uncontrolled converter, we have used diode, and similar type of like converters we have also done in analog electronics. Now, but in that time you have used a normal diode. Now we are using a power diode, and in control converters we use a controlling device, especially in power electronics devices like thyristor, maybe other devices which can be most of the time in commonly used are thyristor, means HCR. So we'll in this unit, means like the second portion of this second unit, these are the things we are going to learn. Function of power electronic circuit as a control rectifier. What are the function of power electronic circuit? How are they? How are we? How can we use this? Means control, means switches as a control rectifier. So half-wave phase control rectifier circuit, a single phase control rectifier bridge circuit, and half-wave control bridge circuit. Types of load on the rectifier. What type of load are we going to use? Whether it's a resistive load, inductive load, RLE or RL or R load. Okay, that we are going to see. Effect of source impedance on the performance of the converter. What is the effect of the source impedance on the performance of the converter? Because our main concern here is we are converting AC into DC. So there should not be any pulsating wave at the output. It should be a pure DC. What is the effect of the source impedance on the performance and the output of this? So we are controlling the input. Means the input can be controlled in this case. So three-phase converter systems, which also known as a dual converters, means also we'll try to see as a dual converter, three-phase converter system. Even in uncontrolled converter system, we have seen half-wave three-phase control converters, a full wave. So similarly, we'll see in this case also in control converter also. So phase control converters are used to obtain the controlled DC output voltage. So we are going to obtain the controlled DC output voltage, because what we are doing is now in uncontrolled the input is also fixed and the output will be fixed. But now in this case we are controlling the DC, means like we will obtain the controlled DC output voltage, because we are controlling the input. Input can be controlled at what is the firing angle, at what angle are we going to fire this, or means we start conducting this HCR. So from the fixed frequency and the fixed AC voltage sources, because the voltage source is a fixed, the input voltage is fixed and the frequency is, supply frequency is 50 hertz. So from the fixed AC voltage sources, we are going to obtain a controlled DC output voltage. So it uses the thyristor, combination of a thyristor and diode. So in some cases, similar to what we have seen in the uncontrolled converter, we are going to use a thyristor, and in some cases, it's a combination of a thyristor and a diode as a rectifying element. So DC output voltage is a function of AC supply voltage. So means whatever you get at the output, at the output as a DC, so that is the function of the AC input voltage. So your input is AC and output is a DC. So based on the firing of the thyristors, so we get our output to the thyristor is formed. So if you apply a short pulses on the gate, if we apply a positive gate pulses on the thyristor, then thyristor will start conducting. And the process, the other one is to turn off. How do you turn off this thyristor? We have already learned in the first unit itself that there are some other commutation circuits are force commutation or natural commutation techniques are used. So phase control, these are the quite simple and cheap type of converters. It's as cheap and it's quite simple. If you just see, later on we'll see half control converters or a full control converters. Okay, at that time you will see that it is not so complicated. But comparing with the uncontrolled converter, this is little bit complicated than little bit, because you need to have additional circuit to control the SCR, means the firing to fire the SCR. So additional circuit is required to fire the SCR. But in case of a diode, you don't require, it's just a two-terminal device, so you don't require additional circuit just to trigger the SCR. So also known as a control rectifier or a line commutated AC to DC converter. So this is also known as a controlled rectifier, where you have a control over it, and also known as a line commutated AC to DC converter, where the commutation can be possible with the help of the line commutations. So why do you use this type of converters? So control converters, this can be used in the process industries where manufacturing takes place, maybe in a food processing unit, or even in the industries where we manufacture different type of goods. So process industries where you require to have a control over the output. So in a paper mills where they manufacture papers, textiles mills, traction systems, electrochemical industries. So there are so many industries, almost all the industries, that they use a thyristor, a control converter, which can control the converters, which can be used as converters. Classifications, how do we classify them? The phase control converters are classified into three, both single as well as three phase. So it can be classified into three different classifications are there. So this will depends on the input supply. So based on the input supply, it's known as a semi-converters, full converters, and dual converters. So all these three different converters are classified. So based on the input supply. In semiconductor converters is a single quadrant converter. If you see, means single quadrant means you have, I hope you have remembered that there are four quadrants, right? It's the first quadrant is a single quadrant converter, which is a unidirectional flow. So there is no regeneration process. Regeneration process are not there in this type of semi-converters. I thought of saying, but I think I have to it's a quadrant. Okay, first, second, third, fourth. I'll just show you. Okay, this is a quadrant. Quadrant system is something. This is a first quadrant, second, third, fourth quadrant. So it's a single quadrant system. So it's a single quadrant converters, and its flow is unidirectional. Means that once it's means if you use in half wave control converters, you are just using a one thyristor. So that thyristor is a single flow, means a unidirectional. In the positive half cycle, it will conduct. So that's why it's known as unidirectional. So there is no regeneration process going on in this. So half of the device in the bridge configurations are diode. So in case of a bridge, in bridge configurations, they use two thyristor and two diode. So half of the devices is diode and the SCR. In full converters, it's a two quadrant converter. So this is known as a two quadrant converters. So it means that it is a two quadrant. Initially, it's in so in which voltage polarities at the output terminals can be reversed. So at the output terminals, voltage means polarity can be reversed, but the current remains unidirectional. So just remember, in these two different type of semi-converters, it's a unidirectional converter, unidirectional flow, and in this full converters, it's a two quadrant converter where the voltage polarity at the output terminals can be reversed. At the output terminals, voltage can be reversed, but current remains unidirectional. So if current cannot be changed at the output terminals. So because of the reason is that because of the unidirectional nature of the thyristors. The thyristor cannot conduct, means like it's a unidirectional device. So because of that nature, current cannot be altered. So it remains. It means that we cannot change the output terminal. So other one is a dual converters. So it is a 4-quadrant converters where you have a 4-quadrant. All the 4 quadrants are now. This is a 4-quadrant converters. So both its output voltage and current can either be positive or so it means that in dual converters either the positive voltage and output voltage and currents can either be positive or it can be negative. But in case of full converter, only voltage can be at the positive or negative. Current is a unidirectional, means you cannot change the current. Are normally used in high power variable speed drives. So these dual converters are used for high power variable speed drives. So it is used in high power applications. Now these are the typical, like whatever we have discussed, half semi-converters, full converters, or dual converters. Okay, this is half wave, means controlled converters. This is can be used is a 1-quadrant converters where you use a thyristor and a diode. This is the freewheeling diodes. So you have a thyristor and a diode is used. So the load can be a resistive load, it can be a RL load. So then if it is RL load, it's better to use a freewheeling diode. So we have already discussed in last class that what is the function of a freewheeling diode. So this type of converters can be used below 500 watt. And this is a semi converter where half of the devices used is a diode and half is the SCR. So 2 diodes and 2 SCRs are used. This is also a single quadrant converters where you can use 2 thyristors and 2 diodes. It's also known as a semi converter. This is a full converters where both means two quadrants are used in this case. So this is used up to 15 kilowatt, and this is a where they use a full bridge converters where 4 SCRs are used. Similar type of diagram, if you have remembered in last class, we have seen in a bridge rectifier where 4 diodes are used. Single phase full bridge rectifier. So this is a dual converters where all the 4 quadrants are used, and this is used up to 15 kilowatt. So where 8 thyristors are used, 8 SCRs are used in this one. So similar to this, there are 3 phases. So we have seen in this it is classified into both the single phase and 3 phase. It is classified as a semi converter, full control, semi control, full controls, and dual converters. So there are 3. One is semi, full, and dual converter. Similar to this in 3 phase also, there are means different. One is, if you have seen this similar type of diagram we have seen in the last class also, where all the means cathodes are connected together. This is a half wave, but difference is that in that case they used diode, but in this case they use a SCR. So this is also output voltage can be controlled where the input is constant, but output will depend on the firing angle. So this is a single quadrant, 1 quadrant. This can be used a 3-phase high surface control circuit. This is in half wave, so it can be used between 7.5 to 35 kilowatt. So this is a semi converter, 3-phase semi converters where three SCRs and 4 diodes are used. 3 diodes are making a bridge, and 1 is used as a freewheeling diode. This can be used up to 20 kilowatt. So this is a full controlled converter where 2 quadrants are used. 2 quadrants are used, 6 thyristors are used in this case. So in dual converter, 3-phase dual converters, 12 SCRs are used, and this can be used between 150 to 1500 kilowatt.
Sir, what about the use of this freewheeling diode in this one, sir? For earlier case, there is freewheeling diode if it is used for inductive load, no, sir, rest RL load. But right now, sir, this for 3-phase, this one, sir, full wave rectifier. Down on use of
load can be
diode, sir.
okay. means that's why I told you in the beginning of this class. Okay, if you have remembered that we have already learned that what is the function of freewheeling diet. Now all the loads, whatever load we have, in typical cases we try to do the like in all the problems or to understand we see as a resistive load, right? But in practical cases we don't have a purely resistive load. For the inductive load, right? For the inductive load we have to use the freewheeling diet. So you know the function of the freewheeling diet, right? So in this case also it's a control rectifier. The function is are same, but the difference here is we instead of diet we are using the SCR. Did you understand? So instead of diet we are just using, we are controlling the output. But in diet we do not have a control over the output. Whatever is the input you have, output will be same. But the difference here is we are just controlling the output with the help of the SCR. And this freewheeling diet will help if the load is RL load. If it's a pure resistive, we don't require this freewheeling diet. You know the function of the freewheeling diet, right? So in this case also we are using this freewheeling diet to smoothen the current, output current. So it is going beyond the pi, right? So means the conduction period should be from 0 to pi, but the current is going beyond this. So that's why we are using this freewheeling diet. uh, is it clear to you, or you have a different question? Whatever I've understood is, what you mean to say is that why we are using the freewheeling diet in this case, is it that one?
No, sir. This one, sir. Right now, this dual converter, no, sir. There
Yes,
are use of this 12 diets, no, sir.
yes, 12 diet.
But I was telling like this, there is missing of this one, sir. Freewheeling diet, sir.
In this case, because of the complication of the circuits, okay, the freewheeling diets are not shown here because already we have a 12 diet, 12 SCR in this case. So we, even in this case also we can use a freewheeling diet, but the difference in this one is the high power applications. Okay, you need to have a high power diet. So these diets can be, freewheeling diet can be used in this dual converter also. But in this
Uh,
case, in the diagram, it is not shown here. But
okay,
in the practical cases, they use a freewheeling diet also. Is it okay?
okay.
So how does it works? So we have seen that the three different types of converters, even for the single phase or for the three phase also. So we have seen these semi converters, full converters, right? And dual converters. So these are the three different types of converter for both the three phase as well as in single phase. So this for as well as for three phase and now we'll see that how does it operates. So principle of phase control operations involves on that it's a switch only. If you have understood uncontrolled converter, if you have understood uncontrolled converter, then you'll understand this also. And the operation, if you know the operation of the SCR, how does SCR works, then it's quite simple if you understand, if you have understood that. So on and off switching which connects the AC supply to the load for the control fraction of each cycle. So in each cycle, there will be of means your input will be a your mean AC signal. So AC. So where you have a AC waveform, right? So in phase control, the semiconductors are used, such as thyristors, which is done by triggering with the. If you just give a gate triggering to the SCR, then this will start conducting. So the phase angles of the AC wave signals. So you have a control over the phase signals. Wait, okay, let me show this. If it is possible. Let's see if we just wait, okay. I'll show you in a paper, okay, so that it will be. Can you see this camera? Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
This is a signal, right? This is the input. This is sine wave input, right? So your this is in case of a single phase, right? You have a SCR, a single phase SCR. Then when you trigger this, right? At what angle are you going to trigger this? This is alpha. This is alpha. So output voltage will be from this, from alpha to pi, not from 0 to pi. So this output will depend on this alpha. Okay, this output will depend on, this is your conduction, and means output b naught will be, output voltage will be depend on this alpha to pi. At what angle are you going to trigger this SCR? So this is an SCR, you have a load, and this is the input. So let's say this, let's take this is R load. Just consider this is the R load. So if you have RL load, then you need to have a diode, which is not a freewheeling diode. So your output will depend on exactly the voltage. Okay, the voltage across this SCR will be this angle at this. So when this anode is positive with respect to cathode, it means that this SCR is ready to conduct. Now, if you give a triggering signal on this SCR, then this anode current should be more than the holding current. So anode current is more than the holding current, then this SCR will start conducting. So this will conduct. So it will conduct only in positive half cycle. So therefore, this is are turned on by governing the phase angle of the AC wave signal. That what I have shown, phase angle of this AC wave signals. So therefore, thyristor switches allow to flow current to turn on the at arbitrary time. So you are going to turn at, you are triggering the SCS at a certain angle alpha. So but this does not allow to like arbitrary turn off. We cannot have commutations, okay, automatic commutations on this circuit. But you need to have a special arrangement to switch off this SCR. You have what we have already discussed in the first unit itself. You need to have a commutation circuit, separate commutation circuit. So in general, conversion means the converting the AC to DC, and they use a force commutation process in this case. I think I'll stop here. Okay. Now I just want to tell you one thing. Okay. By next week, okay, I have already given you some problems, unsolved problem in last class, means in uncontrolled converter. Can you please solve this problem? Okay, you can solve in a paper. Okay, I'll make a means provision in VLE to upload these problems. So can you solve these problems and upload in VLE? All, not the solved one, but unsolved problem from uncontrolled converter. Is it okay?
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I think there are around not more than 3-4 problems, unsolved problems. Okay, please solve those problems from those PPTs which I have already uploaded in a BLE. So can you please solve all those problems? Okay, so that will be your assignment. So all these problems are already there. I told you in the means like in last class also. Please don't directly copy from the textbooks. How many of you are there today?
16 of us, sir.
16. But
Yes, sir.
I could not get all because I need to just keep. Okay. 16 of here there. So, do you have any feedback on this online? Is it okay? Means, are you able to understand in the while teaching the Zoom? I know, okay, it may not be like same like what we do in the like normal class. Okay, I know you might face some problems. Okay, but if you have any specific like feedback on this online classes, okay, please send me to before 12. Before 12 means before 12, before noon. Okay, so that I can discuss while review meeting with in the afternoon. Is it okay? Okay, I'll stop here. Super. So I'll stop this class. So please do those problems. I'll try to means like make a provision in a BLE to upload those problems. I know some of in last class also some of means like last assignment also some of you are not able to upload in a BLE. I hope this time you can upload in BLE in ASCR and RTC. Only 25 of you have submitted and some of you have sent in the mail. So anyway, I'll do this. Means I'll do the correction on your last assignment and please try to submit those numericals. Okay, I don't think that there are more than 3-4 problems in this. So with this, so have a great weekend and stay home and stay safe. It's okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.